Happy Independence Day, America, from Israel, from Chaim the Galilean, from the Sea of Galilee. What is Independence Day about in America? Now, I'm both American and Israeli. I love a good fireworks show, a good barbecue. I love freedom. I love celebrating freedom. Here in Israel, we treasure freedom very, very much so. And but let's look for a second about the bond between Israel and America. Why are our nations so close? What is in the DNA of America that stands with Israel in such a passionate way? Why do Americans appreciate our army and appreciate those who stand in the gap? And the founding fathers of America, what did they believe about Israel, about the prophecies, about the Bible? What makes this bond, this intrinsic bond, so special? And I just thought, looking at some American history, it would be fun to look at some of what the founding fathers believed, that really God's hand was active in the establishment of the United States, and of course the reestablishment of Israel. These people believed the Bible. They're highly educated men, and I love the picture of that. I show this a lot. The founding fathers praying to the God of Israel. I love talking about the founding fathers of America, how they looked at Israel. For example, a crossing of the Red Sea, and the Puritans, when they showed up to America, really wanted to emulate coming from a place of bondage to a place of freedom, and that's Israel's story, isn't it? Every Passover, we talk about this. But here's what it is. In 1776, a month after signing the Declaration of Independence, Benjamin Franklin, Thomas Jefferson, and John Adams met to discuss the design of the seal of the United States. During that meeting, Benjamin Franklin proposed this seal. Benjamin Franklin's idea for the Great Seal wasn't an eagle or with the stars and stripes, which was great, but he wanted to depict Moses leading the children of Israel through the Red Sea out of slavery to freedom. Jefferson countered, proposing imagery of the Hebrews in the desert, led by a pillar of fire, marching towards the promised land. George Washington dreamed of a place, a new state of America that would be a safe haven for Jewish people. Jewish people were suffering persecution in the diaspora, still are, and as president, he wrote to the Hebrew congregations of America, and he wrote, "May the children of the stock of Abraham who dwell in this land continue to merit and enjoy the goodwill of other inhabitants while dwelling in safety under their vine and fig tree." Isn't that a picture of the millennial reign of the Messiah in peace? Right, the wolf lays down with the lamb. In 1790, he wrote to the Hebrew congregation of Savannah, "May the same wonder-working deity who long since delivered the Hebrews from their Egyptian oppressors plant them in a promised land whose providential agency has lately been conspicuous in establishing these United States as an independent nation, still continue to water them with the dews of heaven, make the inhabitants of every denomination participate in the temporal and spiritual blessings that the people whose God is the Lord." So he's saying that America is like a promised land. American presidents were expressing hope that a Jewish homeland would be later restored in ancient Israel. John Adams wrote, "I will insist that the Hebrews have done more to civilize man than any other nation. I really wish the Jews would be in Judea again as an independent nation." His son Quincy Adams, John Adams' son, said, "I believe the rebuilding of Judea as an independent nation is what must happen." Abraham Lincoln, his last words in the final days of his life, look what he said. President Abraham Lincoln expressed his dream to make a pilgrimage to the Holy Land on his second term, once his second term as president is completed. On April 14th, 1865, just 5 days after the Civil War had ended, Lincoln went to Ford's Theater with his wife, Mary Todd Lincoln, and Mary remembered his last words. The very last moments of his conscious life were spent in conversation with her about his future plans and what he wanted to do when his term of office expired. He said he wants to visit the Holy Land and see these places hallowed by the footprints of the Messiah. He said there's no city he'd like to see more than Jerusalem. And the words half spoken on his tongue, a bullet of assassin entered his brain, and the soul of this great good president was carried by the angels to the New Jerusalem above. This is what she said. In 1948, America became the first country to publicly recognize the newly formed State of Israel. Just minutes after David Ben-Gurion declared Israel's independence, President Harry S. Truman stated, "I had faith in Israel before it was established. I have faith in Israel now. I believe it has a glorious future before it." Since the rebirth of the nation of Israel, American presidents who have believed in the Lord Almighty have publicly recognized the miracle of Israel being reestablished after 2,000 years. Dwight Eisenhower said during an address in 1957, "Our forces saved the remnant of the Jewish people of Europe for a new life and a new hope in the new reborn land of Israel. Along with all men of goodwill, I salute the young state of Israel and wish it well." Early in his presidency, Ronald Reagan said, "Since the rebirth of the State of Israel, there's been an ironclad bond between that democracy and this one in America." Back in 1948, when Israel was founded, pundits claimed the new country would never survive. Today, no one questions that Israel is a land of stability and democracy in a region of tyranny and unrest. America has never flinched from its commitment to the State of Israel, a commitment which remains unshakable. These stories are just a quick taste of the Israel-U.S. brotherhood throughout the centuries. America has a heritage, a national tradition of blessing the Jewish people, participating in the rebuilding of the nation of Israel. It all began with the example set by the first president of the United States. And on behalf of Israel, I want to thank America for its generosity, thank America for its kindness. I want to thank America for your standing with the prophetic word and the prophetic destiny of Israel and America. Thank you for your spirit of Cyrus. God bless you from the Galilee.